Hey guys, I went and found a coach, and this is what I learned. Okay, so first I wanted to talk about runes and the level 1 and 2. As far as runes go, I'm still learning. With Leona, her primary runes are always the same, more or less, and for secondary runes, it kind of depends on if you're going to be roaming a lot or not. If you're roaming a lot, I take domination runes. I take cheap shot and relentless hunter. Relentless hunter will give me extra movement speed. Otherwise, I will take the inspiration runes, cosmic insight, and biscuit delivery for healing and CDR. For the first two levels, my main two things is for level 1, I always level up too early at this point. I need to wait until I know if we're going to be invaded on, especially if I'm taking Leona, because it depends on, if I get caught out, then I need to probably level up my W first. That's not very often that you level that up first, but it's still a possibility. And then if someone else, like on the enemy team, gets caught out, then I need my E, and so that I can engage and we can maybe lock down a kill. And then if we don't get invaded, then the basic, like, default first level is Q for Leona. And then with level 2, I need to make sure that we get level 2 first, and if that's absolutely not possible for whatever reason, then I need to make sure to respect the level 2 advantage that the enemy team may end up getting. It just all kind of goes into, like, being more aware of when to be aggressive and when to be defensive, And that kind of goes into what I talked about in my last video, where I need to learn runes, items, and champions. If I'm going to get better at the game, I need to know the basics, and those are the basics. Okay, so here, you'll see two really bad engages that I perpetrate that actually end up first. The first one is a trade that we lose, and then the second one we actually lose hard enough that I get my ADC killed. So communication and interaction is champion interaction is super important, and I am super bad at it. So if I would have communicated with my ADC, and sometimes I'm in voice chat with my ADC, so it doesn't show up in pings or anything like that, because I'm verbally talking in Discord with them. But in this game, I am not communicating with my ADC at all if you don't see me ping it or talk in chat, and I did really bad this whole game and most games at pinging anything or talking in chat, just because well, I just suck at it, to be honest. So I really need to work on both of those things, and they're pretty self-explanatory, so I'm not going to get too much into detail on that. So we're going to move on to wards. Now, in these next two clips, you can see that I totally screwed me and my ADC over, because if I would have been warding the way I'm supposed to as a support, well, we wouldn't have gotten ganked so easily. For one, it wouldn't have been such like, we got so close to dying, especially me, and those are trades that we just can't afford to take and lose. So the way to avoid that is for me to be warding in Tribush and the River Bush, and placing deep wards when I can, and I need to be putting pink wards in Tribush. But basically my point is I need to put more words down. I need to remember also, once I get to the point where I have my support item leveled up to the point where I have the 3 wards that it gives you, I need to switch to a sweeper so that I can not just be putting down wards, but also getting rid of wards. And it's also good for some enemy champions because, they put down things that you can't always see that can kill you or slow you and get you killed. So basically, warding is a thing that I need to do. The last thing I'm going to talk about in this video is items and gold, specifically optimizing the way that you spend your gold. So, you have to kind of have a plan on your items, your build before you get into the game so that you don't end up buying something you end up not really needing and having to sell it, and then you've wasted gold and put yourself behind and blah blah blah, which isn't really an issue that I have. My issue is when I am building my items, I tend to sometimes build the wrong items for that specific game. So to build the right items, you need to know what damage type your enemy team is, specifically in your lane. So I would build a lot differently if I'm going up against, say, Caitlyn, as opposed to Ezreal. Again, I'm making this video because I have a lot to learn. So if I say something wrong, try not to roast me too hard. Just correct me in the comments, and I will, take in what you have to say and learn from it, and I will kind of go on from there. But I'm looking for constructive criticism. So, but essentially, I need to be getting my stacks for my relic shield or shoulder guards, whichever I am taking for that whatever champion I'm playing, and I need to be getting those stacks as fast as possible. So that I can have as much gold as I can possibly get, and I need to be absorbing as much XP as possible, so that I'm leveling up as much as possible, as fast as possible. And I really need to be building the right runes, and I'm going to sound like a broken record, but I really need to, this goes back into, I really need to learn how to fight what champion I'm going against. So, I need to study the champion types, I need to study damage types, I need to study items, runes. That is basically everything that my coach and I went over in our first session. And I'm still, tweaking my gameplay so that I can implement the things that he taught me. And this is just the beginning, so here's to getting better.